Bob Cooney here, IAAPA Orlando 22. I'm at the Creative Works booth, and I'm here with Armando. You've been in the laser tag business for how long?
About 25 years now, about 25 years.
And how many laser tag arenas do you think you've built?
The last several years, I mean, we've been building about 50 to 70 a year, so I'd probably put it at, 700, 800. You know, it's accelerated over the years.
Yeah, cool. Fast forward to 2022, and you've got how many products, like name the products that you have here that are virtual reality.
Yeah, so we have Hyperdeck from Major Mega, SpongeBob, Dynamic Duo also from Major Mega. We have the Fury from VR and VR Studios with the Football Frenzy and Hoops Madness on it. We also have the new VR box cabinets, which are really awesome. It's a first-person shooter for anybody that hasn't seen those. And then we also have our Limitless VR right here behind me.
So you have 6 different virtual reality products on the show floor.
Yes.
At IAAPA. Now, the other thing, you spend a lot of money, you invest a lot of money, and customers invest with you in building hardscapes.
Yes, we do quite a bit of that.
And in VR, it becomes software.
It does, it's software, and one of the things that, as we brought Limitless into the mix is, we really enjoyed the experience we had as consumers at a place like the Void. And what I really loved about it was what you saw in the virtual world is also what you felt in the physical world. And it just took things to another level. And that's where we saw this vision of how do I mix that hardscape of what we do with the virtual of what we love and get an end result that, creates that type of feeling and experience for our guests.
Yeah, cool. Well, you guys have been, the biggest supporter of virtual reality in the distribution world. Armando, on behalf of me and the whole industry, to you and the team at Creative Works, you know what this is.
That's
the VR
awesome.
Bobble, for all the amazing work that you're doing to promote virtual reality and to enable these young companies with great products.
Yeah.
You're embracing innovation, you're embracing young companies, and you're helping the industry see what's possible. And so I'm so fucking thankful that you're here with us.
I appreciate that, and I'm excited to see where the next several years take us.
Yeah, cool. Hold that thing up.
All right. Sorry, it's out of frame. My bad, guys.
Another Bobble. It's Bob Cooney with Armando. I want to say one more thing, is this guy is the epitome of abundance and an abundance mindset. And Armando doesn't look at the challenges, he says what's possible. And I fucking love that about you, brother. I really do.
Thank you. I mean, it's just how I live my life. It's, look, we've all got a story. We've all had things that we've had to go through and we've had to work through. You have a choice in life. You can use that as a crutch or you can use that as motivation, as a springboard, and I choose the latter, right? And I look at every situation that way. It's funny, Jocko Willink, small plug for him. I love his mentality of when problems happen, your mentality should be good because it gives you that opportunity to find something else in a way to overcome it.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much, buddy.
You're very welcome.
Bob Cooney, IAAPA 22. We'll be back with more product reviews and more bobbles. Stay tuned. I am here with the big guy, Harry Skigis, also known as
Skiva,
and Tommy Van Mill, both from Vertigo Games and Springboard. And I just played After the Fall, which is their follow-up to the blockbuster Arizona Sunshine, certainly the biggest location-based VR game of all time, arguably the best, and After the Fall is their follow-up to that. It's been really widely anticipated. And I will tell you, it's fucking amazing. And it's running on the Focus 3 with Wi-Fi 6E streaming. And when that gets deployed, this is going to be the game you're going to want to play. It's AAA all the way. And so talk to us a little bit about After the Fall.
So After the Fall is an amazing zombie shooter game. It's like a zombie horde management, right? So there's a lot going on. It's super high intense graphics. It's an absolutely beautiful game. And everyone that's played it here today, literally every single person in this whole week has thought it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and it is. And so talk to me a little bit about your thinking around location-based VR, and because you guys have stayed committed to this business now since the beginning. These guys have been really focused on this market. And then Vertigo acquired Springboard, which you guys all know is like the content distribution platform in the market. And so how do you feel about this market? Like, what do you see in it?
I think it's still, even after the pandemic, it's really rising right now. It's the biggest thing, I think. It's all the people want. It's next level entertainment. And especially the free roam. The free roam, it's not only fun that you actually can walk, but it's also a cure for the motion sickness, right?
Yeah.
If the game runs smoothly, and everyone can play it. It's within 10 seconds, your brain switches. This is real, I'm gonna do this.
I love to recognize great work in the virtual reality location-based VR industry and companies that are committed to pushing the envelope. And I think you guys are constantly showing what's possible in this market. And the graphics are amazing, the environments are amazing, the gameplay is amazing. And so I have something a little bit just to show my appreciation. And so the world recognizes what you guys are doing. I have the first of the 2022 IAAPA VR bobbleheads. We got to focus in on that for Vertigo Games for After the Fall. Congratulations.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Wow, man.
For the team.
It is for the team.
Thank you so much, Bob.
We'll be back with more bobbles and more from IAAPA Orlando. Hey, Bob Cooney here, and I'm here with my friend Jim Bennington. I fucking love this guy. Jim, how long have you been in this industry?
I have been privileged to be in this industry since 1998.
So, I was just talking to Jim about Zombieland VR, Headshot Fever Arcade, and I just asked you what you thought about it, so share that.
I like guns, I like humor, I like when zombies, guns, and humor come together. And so the humor of the trailer on Zombieland is exactly what inspired me to make my first VR purchase.
First game purchase.
First game purchase in VR, right? So now I'm in the space, I've got it, I'm learning, do I like to play standing up? Do I like to sit down? Where are my boundaries? What's limitless about this? And so what I started to realize is in that game, I was teaching myself how to calibrate my expectations against other first-person shooters. It's not a rail ride experience. You have Easter eggs and games within the games, and to see that translated now into the arcade realm where I'm most comfortable, I don't have to stare at a device to understand, is that what I want to have in my space? Would I be excited about managing it? I can blink at it and know. And that's exactly what I saw in the VR Arsenal piece. I'm excited to see that come into full production. I'm excited to see where we take Zombieland Headshot Fever to the next level. Unfold more of that story, let those characters grow.
Yeah.
They already exist in the community. Why not keep them there and expand on it?
And that's one of the things I love about you. First of all, you're always looking forward. You're always like, Jim's never satisfied with, no matter how good something is, like me, I'm never satisfied. We're never satisfied
you can never
with.
comb your hair too much, right?
Yeah. Thank you for the cue.
No problem.
And the other thing, and so look, and I just want to recognize what a promoter of virtual reality and a believer of virtual reality you are. And this is the thing, it's like Jim loved, he was excitement about Zombieland Fever, was excited, which is what got me to start this interview. But what also got me was that he's not satisfied with, as good as it is, everything can be better, and that's my passion, and that's what I try to bring. Well, I'm excited. Hold on, I'm excited. I got one more thing for you.
Okay, I'm standing here holding still.
So, I like to recognize people who are pushing the envelope of VR, and one of the things I haven't done enough job is recognize the operators that are giving the solution providers the opportunity to bring these things into the market, and the early adopters of the technology, because without you and people like you, this stuff would never see the light of day. We wouldn't get earnings reports back. You wouldn't give the feedback to improve the product.
Sure.
And you are a true pioneer on the operations side of this industry. And so, you guys know what this is.
Shut the front door, Bob.
So, this is for Jim Bennington. This is a personal VR bobble for all the work that you have done and all the passion you've shared with this industry to help promote the VR industry.
Bob, I got to tell you, on behalf of Lucky Strike Entertainment, the people who support and surround me with great ideas and inspire me every day, I wholeheartedly accept this. Thank you so much on behalf of our team, the people who get to do this, and you know what? Go play a game. Decide what you like, buy more, and tell people about it. If you don't do that, you're cheating the industry. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Dude, you've so well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
This is amazing.
Bob Cooney from IAAPA Orlando 22. We'll be back with more product reviews, interviews, and bobbles. IAAPA 22 here with Ben Davenport, founder and CEO of VR Arsenal. And these guys have one of the verifiable hits of the show, Zombieland, Headshot Fever Arcade, but the amazing thing is what you've done with the headset cable for the industry. And it's the talk of the industry. You've reinvented, again, how an unattended VR cabinet can help work for operators. So just give me talk a little bit about what you've done and how it's going to work.
Well, I mean, as far as the the cable goes, it's just the pain point in the industry. I mean, it's not really anybody's fault. An HDMI cable is made of a whole bunch of really small, hair-thin wires, and it doesn't take too many bends for them to break.
It's designed to be inside your wall behind your television, right?
Right, exactly. It's not supposed to be a functional thing that's constantly being flexed and moved, and yet that's what transmits all the data to the average VR headset. And so it's just a common fail point in high-use locations. We quite often see the HDMI cable being replaced on a monthly basis, which is, it's an expense as far as parts go, but also it sucks up tech resources, which, post-COVID is a limited resource. And then also it's just downtime, which is just losing money.
And when the games aren't cheap, and they're not compared to standard arcade games, you have downtime. It's double pain, right?
Right, exactly. So we took that problem and looked at it, and we worked with HTC, and we worked with them for most of this year. Got the changes we need put into the firmware of the headset, incorporated our PCBs both into the computer and into the headset, and enabled us to build this cable that we can now offer 2-year warranties on. Transmits all the data, it's bulletproof, it's just rock solid, and it totally eliminates that issue when it comes to VR headsets.
We're here at 2022 with Zombieland Fever, which is one of the hits of the show, with a whole new system. Now, you've eliminated the retraction system. So talk about the fact that there's no more moving parts at all.
Well, the whole reason we had a retraction system in the first place was to really baby that HDMI cable. It just was so fragile, it needed to be handled with care, and so we necessitated this retraction system. But now that we have such a robust cable, it freed us up to reconsider the overall design. And at this point, we're able to remove all the retraction, all the moving parts, and we're just looking to, to simplify. We've got to get rid of the brain damage in VR and just make it to be something that just runs and runs and runs, and that be the rule instead of the exception.
I want to recognize, me, I'm all about recognizing innovation, and so I'm going to award, for the first time, a 2-time Bobble Award winner to Ben Davenport and VR for the work that you've done, continuing to push our industry forward and setting new standards. And when people start copying you, you fucking take it to the next level and you continually show what's done. So Bobble number 2. Wow. To Ben and the whole team. It's not just Ben Davenport, you have a whole team.
Absolutely. We have a whole team we have a team of a dozen people that's worth about 3 dozen. So we most certainly couldn't accomplish anything we accomplished without them. But this is great. I mean, Mike and Bobby are the only person I know who gives out bobbleheads of himself as an award to other people. Thank you. It will be cherished always.
So now, just for those of you, I work with VR, I've worked with them for several years now. And I had to check myself. So before, I didn't even, to be honest with you, before I even suggested to anybody that I was going to be giving I might be giving VR a Bobble, I asked about 5 people who they thought deserved a Bobble, and every single one of them said VR for that new headset and that new cable. So this is an industry award. This isn't just about what I think is cool. The entire industry basically has voted on this one. Not that I actually count those votes. That was me checking my bias. And so, everybody stood up and noticed. Congratulations, dude, and great fucking work.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. Bob Cooney from IAAPA. I'm out, baby. We'll see you at Amusement Expo, at the VR Arcade Games Summit in March, and I might do some video from Australia. We'll see.